lecture of material balance involving reaction. Yesterday I have taught you something about this, that when reactions are involved, what you have to study or which things you have to take care of. So yesterday, if you remember, we covered first part, that was what are stoichiometric equation or reaction equation, how you have to balance the equation, or what does balance equation mean, then what are the stoichiometric coefficients. And then at the end of the lecture, we discuss something that if you have some reactions in which the reactants are in stoichiometric ratio, if they are available in stoichiometric ratio and reaction is complete, so all reactant get converted to the products, that's pretty easy to solve or to go with those reactions. But in other systems where there is not complete conversion or reactants are not completely converted to the products, some are left due to any reason, or maybe the reactants are not in a complete ratio or stoichiometric ratio, then what to do? I told you that in those cases you should be aware then about different terms in which reaction is not complete. You will need to calculate few things which we are going to study here. And then I took this example. Also, already we also discussed this last example, C7H16. This heptane reacts with the oxygen and it produces carbon dioxide and water. And you guys have seen balanced equation that one molecule of heptane will react with the, I think, 11 molecule of oxygen to produce some molecule of carbon dioxide and water, main in balanced equation. So I give you examples here that, for example, for the balanced equation, stoichiometric ratio, that is 11 mole of oxygen react with the 1 mole of heptane. So this they are given in like now in 1 mole of heptane and 11 mole of oxygen. They are in stoichiometric ratio. But for example, you have 2 moles of heptane and only 11 moles of oxygen. In that case, one is not in the as per stoichiometric ratio, or they are both are not in as per stoichiometric ratio, because one has 2 moles and other should have 22 at that time, but that has only 11 moles. So that's the issue. Due to this, they will not be there in like
सर टोटल 3 मीटिंग स्टार्ट हुई हैं।
सर आप लोग इस मीटिंग में है ना, बाकी लीव कर देंगे लोग, जब हमें पढ़ा रहा हूँ तो आ जाएंगे। और 3 मीटिंग स्टार्ट क्यों हो जाती हैं, आई डोंट नो। जब आपको बताया था 2-3 दफ़ा प्रोसीजर, तो अब यहाँ आपको आप लोगों को मेरी स्क्रीन शो हो रही है ना?
जी जी सर।
यस
यस सर।
यस सर।
यस सर।
आप लोग देख सकते हैं लेक्चर एक ही है, बाकी 2 किसी ने खुद ही स्टार्ट की हुई हैं और आप पता नहीं क्या करते रहते हैं, आई डोंट नो। So they will come here automatically, though they know like I'm teaching.
सर 60 यहाँ पे है, स्ट्रेंथ काफी है।
हाँ ज्यादा, वो बस 1-2 ही कोई आज पहली दफा शायद आए हैं क्लास में, तब क्लास स्टार्ट। अदरवाइज आप लोगों को पता ही है सबको कि कहाँ से मीटिंग ज्वाइन करनी है और कौन सी, और डेफिनेटली टीचर इज देयर। सो इफ एनीवन नो एनीवन एल्स, तो कोई कहीं है तो उसको बता दो तो कि हम ऑलरेडी लेक्चर पढ़ रहे हैं, प्लीज। Right, so here I think we finished somewhere in this slide. So reactant that will be eliminated first or finished first is called a limiting reactant. You know already about, I think you studied this in FSC, did you?
Yes sir.
Yes, you guys know
Sir.
that, but limiting reactant is something which is consumed earlier in the reaction. So the other reactant which is not limited, maybe there is one or sometimes can be more than one reactant. So they are not, which are not limited, they are called excess reactants. So somewhere if reactant is limiting, that's present actually, the thing that will be present in less than the stoichiometric ratio relative to the other reactant. For example, I was telling you that if there is 1 mole of heptane and versus 11 mole of oxygen, this is as per balanced equation 1:11, 1 mole of heptane to the 11 moles of oxygen. That is as per stoichiometric ratio. But for example, now I'm telling you this is 2 moles of heptane to the 11 moles of oxygen. If you just simplify this ratio, it will be 1/5.5. Did you agree what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
So now when you look at this ratio, it is 1 over 5.5. I'm telling it was 2 over 11. So if you just simplify this, so 2 over 11, if you just simplify this to just bring it close to the stoichiometric ratio, so it is 1 over 5.5. So now if you know from stoichiometric ratio, one is for heptane, that is fine. For oxygen, as per stoichiometric ratio, this value should be 11, but this value is now less than that stoichiometric value, or as per stoichiometric equation, it should be 11, but it is less than that, so that means it is limiting reactant. So if two reactants are already in a ratio which is equal to their stoichiometric coefficient, so that is suppose 1 over 11, so none of them will be a limiting in that case. Here we finished yesterday. So next, for example, if you guys know exact equation, you guys know the moles from those, if the equations are very straightforward, the reaction which you studied up to here, they are mostly very straightforward, you guys can directly look at the stoichiometric coefficient and you can calculate their ratio, compare it with something stoichiometric ratio, and you can see which one is limiting. Okay, I think whenever you are given the number of mole of any components of reactants, you can tell which one is limiting. Can you calculate? Can you tell this? By looking at equation, I'm asking you guys, if I give you one reaction and I give you the moles of reactant and I ask you which one is limiting, can you tell me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
we can tell you.
Simple, but yes, good. You guys have to do is to write the equation, balance the equation, and then compare the coefficients, and based on given mole just simplify those. For example, here in this example which is shown on the slide, I gave you that their ratio is 2 over 11. You just simplified to compare it with the stoichiometric. Here in the downside it is written as the stoichiometric. So we in order to bring it close to that value, we can just see which one is limiting. The other way here is which we are going to explore in next few slides. So that is whenever here you will be calculating some reaction, sometime it is not that clear, not that easy to use or adopt that method which you already know from FSC, or we just discussed that by looking at the mole and their ratio. The other way is you guys can calculate something which we call maximum extent of reaction. We will calculate maximum extent of reaction for both reactant, or for example there are 2, 3, any number of reactant. You guys will calculate actually maximum extent of reaction, and the one reactant which has smallest value of maximum extent of reaction is a limiting reactant. Now there will be this question in your mind that what is extent of reaction, which we will study in few minutes. So there then we will discuss that how to calculate maximum extent of reaction. First, initially we will look at extent of reaction. Then when you know the extent of reaction, then you can calculate maximum extent of reaction. And when you calculate the maximum extent of different reactants, the smallest of those, for example, there are 2 or 3 reactants and we calculate the maximum extent, the one which will give us the smallest value, that will be limiting reactant. And this will be quite helpful for you later on when you jump towards the problem solving or material balance on this system which involve like extent. Actually there will be 3 methods to solve the material balance problem in these reacting system. Two I told you somewhere yesterday when I was talking about the content of this chapter. One was component balance. Other, do you guys remember there was another balance?
Overall balance.
No, not overall.
Elemental
Elemental, yes,
balance.
based on the elements. One is based on the component, one is based on element, and third method will be based on the extent of reaction. This later, I think in next week, yes, inshallah, we will be solving the problem. So there you will be using this stuff a lot. So we'll look today at this, what is extent of reaction and how to calculate. So overall, just to brief it, you guys can select that which one is limiting and which one is excess, just maybe directly looking at the mole ratio based on just comparing it with the stoichiometric values, or the other way is to calculate maximum extent of reaction and look which one is the smallest. The smallest one will tell you that this reactant is limiting reactant. Then other terminology here, okay, as we said that something is limiting and other is excess. So there will be many questions in which you guys have to tell what is the excess amount. When you say excess, what does this word mean, by the way?
In large amount.
जो ज्यादा तादाद में है.
I mean something which is more than the required, which is in like surplus, we can say, which is something is in surplus. So if you have to calculate it, how you can find it? Most of the problem are somewhere you will need to calculate that, find the, for example, here fractional excess or percentage excess of any reactant. First of all, you have to decide which one is in excess and other is in limiting. Like once you have decided that some reactant is excess, so you can calculate its amount. So how to find its amount? That is calculated by using this formula, that is the difference between the amount of that component in feed minus amount as per requirement of stoichiometric equation. So if you look at this, expression, that amount n is for amount mean number of moles. Here I'm saying n for number of mole, a is component, any component, and feed anything which is entering to the reactor. If I know its mole, I subtract it from the number of mole as per stoichiometric equation. So we'll look at this, that what does that mean. For example, there is an example of C7 and H16. It reacts with the oxygen, and it was like there was 11 moles of oxygen. As per balanced equation, you have seen this equation yesterday. To it produce CO2 and water. I'm not writing the other side of the equation. So here, for example, I know that, as per stoichiometric equation, for example, I need only 1 mole of this heptane, and in the reactor, for example, and I'm saying this is in excess. For example, in reactor, 11 mole of oxygen enter and 5 mole of this heptane enter in any reactor. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yes. So in the reactor, 2 reactants are entering. One is heptane, other is oxygen, and I'm telling you, in the reactor, 11 moles of oxygen are entering and 5 moles of heptane are entering. So now, out of this, can you tell me first of all which one is limiting and which one is in excess out of these two?
Limiting oxygen है.
Oxygen is limiting or
Oxygen
heptane
is limiting
excess.
because
And
you have
excess amount में heptane.
Yes, heptane is in excess. So now in this problem here, there are 5 moles of heptane which are entering as a feed. So this is number of mole of heptane in a feed minus number of mole required as per stoichiometry. Here is the 1 mole only.
1.
So this is 5 minus 1 over 1. So you will get, it is like how much in excess? 5 over 4 multiplied by 100. So it is 80% in excess, I think. ऐसे ही होगा ना?
Yes, sir.
So like
सर ये
here,
repeat कीजिएगा,
जी
ये रिपीट कीजिएगा ये जो आपने दोबारा बताया.
मैंने
सर हमें किस तरह पता चलेगा स्टाइकोमेट्रिक रेशियो जो है वो ये होगी, और फीड तो उसने गिवन होती है ना, तो स्टाइकोमेट्रिक रेशियो भी गिवन होती है.
नहीं, वो आपको इक्वेशन से पता चलता है. When you write this balanced equation, due to this I mentioned a minute earlier that first of all you should write the balanced equation, as well you should know the amounts. So for example, now here when I gave you that 5 mole of heptane and 11 mole of oxygen, for this reaction, initially when reaction will start, you will need 1 mole of heptane and it will react with the 11 moles of oxygen and it will produce some product. Now, can you tell me after this, can reaction proceed or reaction will stop?
Reaction will stop.
Why?
Stop.
सर हेप्टेन
Because sir,
वो
ये तो
हेप्टेन
oxygen
limiting
limiting
reactant
reactor
खत्म.
Yes, oxygen is finished. There is no more oxygen. When there is no more oxygen, so reaction can't proceed. So now from here you got the idea that this reaction will be only consuming 1 mole of, like this one. As per stoichiometry, only 1 mole will be consumed. Yes.
सर ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि यहाँ पे अब मोल्स चेंज किया तो इनकम्प्लीट कंबशन होकर रिएक्शन कंप्लीट हो जाए?
मैं यही एक चीज ना बच्चे यहाँ पे मेंशन कर रहा हूँ ना, आप उस चीज को दोबारा मिस कर रहे हो. आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट 11 moles of oxygen are completely consumed. So for when I'm saying 11 mole, just link it with the equation. Otherwise आपकी बात ठीक है. ठीक है?
ओके सर.
52, आप 52 ही हो ना?
जी सर.
Okay, NA feed यहाँ पे which I have already told you guys that NA feed is the number of mole of which one is excess reactant, anyone which will be, so it's number of mole in the feed, and as per stoichiometry number of mole, how much moles will be required, and then there is, if you have to convert to the percentage, just multiply it with 100 and you will get percentage excess of the reactants. So already told you guys these terminologies, what does each of these mean. So I think here is one problem for more clarification. So quickly solve it, please. I think you guys have notes, notebooks as well as pen. So the reaction is, let me read it for you. The reaction is here C2H2 reacts with the hydrogen and this produces C2H6. Hydrogenation of this component is taking place. Suppose that it is given to you 20 kilomole per hour of acetylene, 20 kilomole per hour of acetylene C2H2 and 50 kilomole per hour of hydrogen are fed to the reactor. What is given here is the amount which are entering as a feed. Calculate fractional and percentage excess of excess reactant. First of all, how you will decide which one is excess reactant?
सर क्वांटिटी देखेंगे कौन सी ज्यादा
Right. You have to just you have to calculate their ratio and compare it with the stoichiometric ratio. As per stoichiometric equation, what is ratio between these two reactants?
1:2. 1:2.
Yes, but you should write 1 mole of C2H2 versus 2 mole of 1:2 it is, but what is, you should mention the component actually. 1 mole of C2H2 versus 2 mole of hydrogen. So now just compare it with the given values. Acetylene is the 20 and hydrogen is 50. Just calculate their ratio.
सर जिसमें एक्सेस हाइड्रोजन होगी ना
It is 1:2.5.
यस सर
It is 1/2.5. From where it came, I am just taking, I want to compare this with the initial ratio, which is 1:2. In order to compare that, this in the numerator, I am writing acetylene 20/50. So this is 1/2.5. This is 2, don't consider it 1. This ratio will give you the value of 1/2.5. Now just compare it with the stoichiometric numerator CO2, but one thing is in excess. It should be 2, it is 2.5. It is more than the stoichiometric. So in this case, it means the denominator side, which is hydrogen. Hydrogen is in excess. Understand this? If anyone has any confusion here, let me know. But I think it's straightforward. Hope so, you know. But if
सर हमने स्टाइकोमेट्रिक रेशियो को फेड अमाउंट से कंपेयर किया था.
Sorry, repeat it please.
सर मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि हमने स्टाइकोमेट्रिक रेशियो को हमने जो फीड अमाउंट है उससे कंपेयर करके हमने किया ना इस तरह.
यस वही कर रहा हूँ जी. लेकिन फीड क्योंकि 20 मोल है और 50, तो मैं उसको सिंप्लीफाई करके आई एम ब्रिंगिंग इट क्लोज टू द स्टाइकोमेट्रिक वैल्यू, और वहां से तक मैं कंपेयर करके फाइंड कर सकूं विच वन इज इन एक्सेस. So I think everyone is clear that hydrogen is in excess. If anyone has any issue, please let me know. Right, when it is decided that hydrogen is in excess, then you can use this formula of fractional excess, that you need the number of mole in the feed. How many number of mole in the feed?
3.
In the feed?
50.
50.
Hydrogen?
50.
Yes.
50.
Hydrogen is 50. What will be required as per stoichiometric here?
2.
40
Yes, but you have to now
48 answer.
question which one student asked here, that either it is complete, so we consider it that one which is limiting is completely consumed. So when it will be completely consumed, that is 20 mole of acetylene. So 20 mole of acetylene are completely consumed. For this, how many moles of hydrogen will be needed?
40.
Yes, because here when 1 mole of acetylene is reacting, 2 mole of hydrogen are needed. But
Yes,
you
sir.
don't have to stick yourself. All those who are answering 2, the problem is they are just considering the 1 mole of C2H2, but in the problem there are 20 moles of acetylene. So when there are 20 moles of acetylene, you have to calculate the number of mole required of hydrogen as per stoichiometric equation, not exact stoichiometric always used. In the last example which I was talking to you, there was 1 mole of acetylene and C7. That was fortunately or unfortunately equal to the equation components or coefficient of the equation. But here when you have 20 moles of acetylene, so you will need 40 mole of hydrogen for this reaction. So now that's mean you can find simply is given here. It is 0.25 or 25%. Any question? No question? Can we proceed further?
सर थोड़ा सा फिर समझा दें ये इसका, क्योंकि 1 और 2.5 तक समझ आया, आगे जो समझाया कुछ समझ नहीं आया।
हसीब आगे फार्मूला लिखा है मैंने फ्रैक्शनल एक्सेस का, इसका पता लग गया?
यस सर।
अब इस फार्मूले में देखो क्या क्या चीज है। नंबर ऑफ मोल ऑफ दैट कंपोनेंट विच इज इन एक्सेस, आपको ये डिसाइड हो गया विच कंपोनेंट इज इन एक्सेस?
यस सर।
हाइड्रोजन, हाउ मेनी नंबर ऑफ मोल? You know they are 50. How many moles will be consumed in the reaction? It is in excess, but some moles will be consumed, still some will be left over. So how many will be consumed in the reaction? How
40.
many number of moles? How did you find this 40? Yes, it is 40, but how did you came to know that 40 will be consumed?
सर क्योंकि 20 moles of C2H2 वो use हो रहा है। और
definitely, because in the question when we one thing remember here as per one question of answer, that mean this reaction can be incomplete. First of all, you guys have to consider this reaction is complete. Complete mean the limiting reactant is completely consumed. So here I mean all these questions which you are gonna solve, until unless it is mentioned, if you remember from yesterday, it was somewhere in the question that all reaction will be considered complete until unless it is mentioned in the question that this is not complete reaction. Okay, this we studied yesterday somewhere, so that on all problem here it will be applied. So it's mean when 20 moles of acetylene are there, they will be completely consumed. Limiting reactant is completely consumed, but one is in excess, that will be still left over. So when limiting reactant is completely consumed, you can see limiting was acetylene, and for 1 mole of acetylene you need 2 moles of hydrogen to react with this. And when you have here 20 moles of acetylene in the given question, so it's mean you will need 40 mole of hydrogen or kilomole of hydrogen mean for this reaction. So mean then you have to just put the values in the equation. Is it clear now?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
Right, one thing more here, some of you will be confused. Sir didn't write kilomole per hour, so it is in kilomole per hour everywhere. Why I didn't write it?
So base is 1 hour.
Somewhere I didn't mention here, but somewhere I consider the basis of 1 hour, so everything now is as per hour. So you can skip the this unit of hour, okay, to write it over and over. This you studied in last week. So the next thing which is here, that's one thing, limiting and excess reactant. Another thing which you will come across when there is not mean the reactants are not in like stoichiometric ratio or the reaction is not complete, so then there is something called fractional conversion. For any reactant you can see that how much it is converted. When we are saying fractional conversion, what does this mean? This means that this reactant is not completely consumed. So fractional conversion of reactant is defined as, simply you can define it as moles of something reacted to the moles of something fed to the reactor. So moles of something reacted to the moles of something fed to the reactor. So moles reacted, for example, in the last question which you were just discussing, okay, before that here percentage, you can find the percentage conversion by reacting this or multiplying this equation with 100. I mean this conversion is actually related to degree of completion of some reaction, which we just said that if reaction is 100% complete, it means it will be full 100% conversion of any reactant. But if some reactant is not completely converted, so that conversion will be less than 100. So look at this example again. That was acetylene plus hydrogen. They react with each other and they produce this C2H6. So in this reaction, you have to calculate fractional and percentage conversion. So what is your formula here? Guys,
Moles reacted over moles.
Simple, moles reacted. So this one thing, remember here, conversion is for each reactant separate value. This will be separate value for each reactant because some of those are completely consumed, some are not consumed completely. So here fractional conversion of C2H2. So can you tell me what will be fractional conversion before I show you?
Uh, 1.25. 0.2. 0.2.
0.2?
1.
Look, how much acetylene enter to the reactor?
1 more.
20 mole. 3 mole.
How much acetylene is
0.05.
to the reactor?
20.
Sir,
20 more.
20 more.
Guys, all those who are answering 1, 2, 3, I don't know what are you looking at. We have just discussed in this problem in the last slide that 20 kilomole per hour of acetylene are entering and 50 kilomole per hour of hydrogen are fed to the reactor. What does this term mean? Fed to the reactor mean entering to the reactor. So 20 are fed to the reactor. So how much reacted in this reaction?
40 moles of hydrogen.
Complete.
Complete because they, actually one thing, maybe some of you are confused. This reaction, this question is linked with the previous question. Due to this, I said this is again same thing. So just few minutes back, you guys have come to know that acetylene is a limiting reactant. And when limiting reactant, we say in this question, again he didn't mention, but you guys should remember that limiting reactant will be completely consumed. So when it is completely consumed, it means 20 kilomole per hour will be reacted. The thing which is entering will be completely consumed. So mole reacted will be same 20 kilomole. Mole fed will be same 20 kilomole. So 20 over 20 is ratio will be 1 and the percentage will be definitely 100%. So 100% conversion of acetylene is taking place. Now just do the calculation of hydrogen, please.
Sir, 80%.
80%, 0.8.
Anyone else? Hey, only 2-3 people are there in the class.
Sir, 0.8%. 0.8.
0.8 is not percent, 0.8 is fraction, 80%.
Fractional conversion.
80%.
So I think it's clear to you now. Yes, for hydrogen, 50 mole enter to the reactor system, but we just discussed that for out of those 50, 40 will react with the acetylene and they will produce the product. So 40 are reacted, 50 entered, so it is 0.8 fraction or 80% of hydrogen is like that's converted, that's fractional conversion of this. Here something mistake. Can you locate the mistake in the
Sir,
slide?
वो ऊपर percentage excess of C2H2 है.
It should be percentage conversion, not excess. It is percentage conversion. Okay, not excess. Here some word is like misleading excess. I'm talking about solution which I have shown you. Let me correct it, guys. I think already slide is uploaded, so just make this correction in your notes or in your slides. So it is conversion, not excess, because I think I copied from last slide. Up to here, any question please on this?
सर और परसेंटेज ऑफ कन्वर्जन C2H2 नहीं आएगा पहले वाली में?
हाँ यार बहुत सारे कल लिखे। चलो अब ठीक है।
यस सर।
Right. Next is extent of reaction. Ji, any question on this?
सर मैंने पूछना.
We can't hear you. Anyone who is speaking?
रोल नंबर 12.
आपकी आवाज सर बहुत कम आ रही है, प्लीज थोड़ा ऊंचा बोलें.
सर मैंने पूछना था कि यहाँ पे आपने परसेंटेज कन्वर्जन ऑफ H2 80% है.
जी सर, आगे बोलें, सुन रहा हूँ.
रिमेनिंग जो 20% होगा वो अनरिएक्टेड होगा.
जी बिल्कुल.
यानी कि वो एक्सएक्स में होगा. लेकिन हमने पिछली स्लाइड में जो फ्रैक्शनल एक्सएक्स निकाली है वो तो 25% निकल रही थी H2 की.
मैंने 25% लिखा हुआ, आपने कैलकुलेट की है, हो सकता है रॉन्ग लिखी हो. हैं?
एक मिनट.
हेलो
सर 25 ही निकलती है.
ओके
25 ही निकलती है सर.
No, you are linking two different concepts. Listen, this is about conversion. 80% is converted and 20% is left over. Hello, are you here?
Yes sir, yes sir. Yes sir.
I'm telling you, आप दो चीजों को डिफरेंट को लिंक कर रहे हो ना. वो एक्सेस कैलकुलेशन इज समथिंग डिफरेंट, और किसी चीज का 80% कन्वर्ट हो जाना और 20% अनकन्वर्टेड रह जाना एक डिफरेंट चीज है. बच्चे जी आपको अभी मैं आपको कहूँ कितने परसेंट अनकन्वर्टेड रह गई,
कितने परसेंट अनकन्वर्टेड रह गई, ये हो जाएगा 20%.
जी तो वो ठीक है. तो एक्सेस की कैलकुलेशन कोई और चीज है, ये आप उसको आप असल में कहना चाह रहे हो अनकन्वर्टेड, दैट इज 20%. परसेंटेज एक्सेस इज समथिंग एल्स.
ओके सर.
हाँ जी हाँ जी, आप वो दो डिफरेंट चीजों को लिंक कर रहे हो. राइट. नेक्स्ट इज एक्सटेंट ऑफ रिएक्शन. सो फॉर एक्सटेंट ऑफ रिएक्शन, हाउ टू फाइंड इट और व्हाट इट इंडिकेट्स. लाइक दिस इज समहाउ something which is this looks like fractional conversion. That's measure of how far a reaction has proceeded from its initial state. For example, you have a batch reactor in which you put something at time 0 and you want to note that after 5 minutes how much reaction is taken place, or how much something is converted. Or maybe if it is continuous reactor means you are continuously feeding the something and you wanna check that out of this reactor, for example, reaction takes place, it takes 1 hour, and after 1 hour what is the amount of something at the end of the reactor. So this extent of reaction, this is calculated, by the way, for you can calculate extent of reaction for any reactant as well as for any product. The formula is same, which is given here, that extent indicates, or extent is equal to Ni minus Ni naught over Vi. Let me tell you what does this mean. Ni, number of mole of any component at any instant. For example, I started the reaction system, I started the reactor, and I am checking after 1 hour what are the number of moles. So that's mean Ni at any given instant minus Ni naught. This indicates that how much or what was the number of moles at the start of the reaction. So that's Ni naught initial or on the start. And Vi, this stoichiometric coefficient. I think you guys studied yesterday. What was stoichiometric coefficients?
सर मोल्स लिखे
होते हैं सर. जो बैलेंस केमिकल इक्वेशन में नंबर ऑफ मोल्स लिखे होते हैं.
बैलेंस केमिकल इक्वेशन
कंपाउंड से पहले
which are written with the your chemicals which are preceding are written before your chemicals. So for example, if we are again talking about that equation of heptane, so that was C7H16 plus 11O2 goes to 7 CO2 I think plus 8 water. So in this 1, 11, 7 and 8, these are stoichiometric coefficients. So by the way, this Vi which is stoichiometric coefficient, sometime in some books, in one of your books, reference book, he didn't mention its unit, but sometimes they mention it like, okay, sorry, one thing, they if you remember from yesterday, we discussed that these number which are written with these chemicals in stoichiometric equation, they have some unit. Do you remember those units?
Mole.
They were
gram
more
mole
specific that we
Sir,
usually
mole
don't
हो गया.
write.
Gram, mole, pound, mole.
Yes, so that can be any value, but here in your textbook he mentioned that this VI, that has the unit of moles of species per moles reacting. But in other book, he mentioned that VI is only having the units of mole in this equation, so don't need to worry, just you can use the moles of species, okay? A mole of any component which you are going to use, which you already know. Because some of you can say, okay, somewhere VI has the unit of moles per moles and somewhere it has only the moles, so you can take it only as a mole. And E stands there, this that's extent of reaction. So that will be moles reacting according to the assumed reaction chemistry. So let's move further in this equation. I can just rearrange this equation to find the mole of any species at any time. If I want to check that after 1 hour, what are the moles of some component, either it is product or reactant. So I can rearrange this equation. How can I rearrange it? Just given as Ni will be equal to Ni naught plus this extent into a coefficient or stoichiometric coefficient of any element. If I know initial number of mole of that species, I know the extent of reaction as well. If from the chemical reaction equation, I can find stoichiometric equation. I can use this equation to calculate the number of mole of any species after some specific time. So overall, when you guys will look at these, this will not be much clear to you, but remember one thing at least here, that these extent of reaction, this is same for all the species. Extent of reaction, not maximum, because later on I will talk about maximum extent. So please remember, if you look at the extent of reaction, you take various conditions, you calculate extent of reaction for any species involved in a reaction will be same. Species mean either that is something is reactant, anything, there are, for example, 2 reactant, 2 products. So if you calculate by using this equation the extent of reaction, that will be same for all species. Either you calculate with 1, 2 or किसी एक से भी आप calculate करोगे तो it will be always same. But something which is called maximum extent, that is something different. We will look at that in few minutes. So in this equation, when you have to use this equation, this stoichiometric coefficient, that has some convention that its value either you have to take as a positive or negative. So just remember that when you will look at this stoichiometric coefficient, their values are positive for products which are produced, which are generated, we take them as a positive values, and all those which are consumed, their values are taken as a negative. For example, here in this example, acetylene and hydrogen were reacting and they were producing C2H6, or in this direction. You can see that for initially 2 reactants, the stoichiometric coefficient will be taken as negative values. One will be -1, and for hydrogen it is -2, while for C2H6 it is positive, because that is the product. So this is convention. Just remember this while you are going to use this equation. So can you tell me these values of coefficient in the given equation, which is given below? What about 7 at 16?
Negative.
Heptane -1, oxygen -11, carbon dioxide +7, water +8.
Good. Okay, right. These will be the values. Fine. So here is one example to explore this concept more or to understand it better. So if 20 moles of CO, this is question, please, you have to solve it. So I will show you solution quickly. If 20 moles of CO are combined with 10 mole of oxygen, so what will be our equation here? So it will be, equation, guys, CO plus O2.
Oxygen.
They react, and what they form is CO2.
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah, because he said that CO are combined with the 10 moles of O2. It's mean 20 mole of carbon monoxide react with the 10 mole of oxygen, and they produce overall 15 moles of CO2. Calculate the extent of reaction. First, additionally, calculate the final mole of carbon monoxide and oxygen by using extent equation. So one thing from here, can you tell me by reading the last statement, either it is complete reaction or incomplete?
Complete.
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 Incomplete.
Can you see
Incomplete है sir.
underline?
Complete है sir.
Final moles of CO.
Let's look at that later, but in my opinion it is incomplete, because what he said, you have to find what are the final leftover moles of CO and O2. But before that, okay, first of all, in this question, the first part is this is second part, we will come back to this. First is calculate the extent of reaction. So do you remember what was the equation of extent of reaction? Is given here. You can see the equation.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
How can you tell me that? How can I find these number? I mean, or how I can use this extent of reaction to find the extent of reaction of this reaction? So just look for, based on your own opinion, tell me for CO, can I use this? For O2, can I use this? For CO2, for which one I should use this? Maybe you can proceed with any of these, but remember, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can go with either CO, O2, CO2, because we just discussed in the last slide that extent of reaction will be same, either you calculate by with any species. So here the best way is to use CO2, because he said that 20 mole of CO and 10 mole of oxygen react and they finally produce 15 mole of CO2. So maybe because due to this reason I asked you that either it is complete reaction or incomplete, so you can't tell. Because if you look at the given equations, if you just balance this equation, I think there will be 2 moles of CO2 and it will react with 1 mole of oxygen and it will give you 2 mole of CO2. I think now equation is balanced, which I have done. ठीक है ना? Yes, it is balanced. So in this you can see here that when there are 2 moles of CO2, you need 1 mole of oxygen. So based on given condition here, you should have, like when there are 20 moles of oxygen and they are reacting with the 10 moles of oxygen, 20 mole of CO2 react with 10 mole of oxygen, but it is not necessary they are producing 15 mole of CO2. So you can't tell that either it is complete or not complete reaction. So due to this reason, I'm telling you it is better to start with CO. So can you tell me what are the number of mole of CO2 at the moment, Ni?
2.
Hello?
Find continue.
Guys, it is given in the question, not find.
It's 20.
Equation? No. Please read the question.
15.
Sir, 15.
15.
Sir,
Yes, I have
15
just
moles of CO2 हैं.
again, there are 15 moles at the moment, because he said that CO and oxygen react and they are producing 15 mole of CO2. Next, what were the initial mole of CO2 when reaction started?
0.
0. No, 0, sir.
0.
Because when reaction start, there is no CO2 or there are only CO and oxygen. Yes, you guys are right. So initially there will be 0. So what is the value of NiO?
0.
0. What is value of Ni?
15.
15.
15. And what is value of
15.
2.
plus 2 or
Plus 2.
ये बात क्या?
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
ट्रेन में जा रहा है.
15 minus 0 over 2. So that will give you the value, that is 7.5 is the extent of this reaction. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So extent of reaction, as I said, is same for all species. Either it is for CO, O2 or CO2. Now let's solve second part. Additionally, he said calculate the final mole of CO2 and oxygen. So how can I find the final mole of CO2 at the end of the reaction? Final moles mean at the end of the
इस
reaction.
इक्वेशन को रीअरेंज करके.
Yes, the equation which we have already seen that it can be rearranged. You can find the number of mole at any moment. Final mole Ni is equal to this extent multiplied by Vi plus NiO. So you can use that equation and this equation given here. So just use that equation, and when you use that equation, so can you tell me what are initial number of mole which are given for oxygen? RCO, first for CO.
20 moles.
20 or 10.
20
There are
mole.
20 moles, so NiO will be 20 plus this. What is 7.5 here?
Extent of reaction.
Extent of reaction, which
Extent
we
of
just
reaction.
calculated in the last step, multiply by coefficient of this equation. Sorry, this component in the equation, it is 2CO and it is reactant, so it will be -2. So overall you can see it is 20 minus 15 is equal to 5 mole. It means still 5 moles of carbon monoxide are unconverted.
सर जी
जी
सर जी ये 2 नेगेटिव किस तरह हुआ ये बता दीजिएगा काइंडली।
सर ये थोड़ी देर पहले हमने डिस्कस किया है कि रिएक्टेंट्स के जो कोफिशिएंट है, ये कन्वेंशन है कि वो नेगेटिव होते हैं और प्रोडक्ट्स के कोफिशिएंट पॉजिटिव होते हैं।
ओके थैंक यू सर।
जी ये हमने ये स्लाइड देखी है, शायद आपने ये मिस की होगी। कैन यू सी?
यस सर।
हाँ जी, तो इसमें अभी बताया ना रिएक्टेंट के कोफिशिएंट विल बी लाइक नेगेटिव एंड फॉर प्रोडक्ट दे आर पॉजिटिव। So for oxygen, you can see that initially there were 10 moles in the system, plus extent is 7.5 and its coefficient is -1, so there are still 2.5 moles of oxygen. So due to this reason, I was asking you guys that can you tell this is complete or incomplete reaction? So it is still incomplete reaction. Okay. Hello. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any question?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Clear.
नो सर।
Right.
No, sir.
Let's
Sir,
look
clear
at
है।
another problem related to this extent of reaction. So NADH means some component which supplies hydrogen in the living cell. So this NADH, its complete name is given here to you guys, some dinucleotide that supplies hydrogen in the living cells for biosynthesis reactions such as this main hydrogen for this reaction is provided by NADH. You guys can consider that somewhere hydrogen is provided for the reaction with CO2 and as a result CH2O plus water is produced. If you saturate 1 liter of deaerated water, what does this mean, deaerated water? Can anyone tell?
Water without air.
Yes, the water in which there is no air is not absorbed in the system, so there is 1 liter of that water which is deaerated. Okay, if you saturate 1 liter of deaerated water with CO2 gas, saturate mean we fill CO2 or we add CO2 up to its maximum amount which can be absorbed in water. So if you saturate 1 liter of deaerated water with CO2 gas at 20 degrees C, he mentioned here solubility is 1.81 gram CO2 per liter. So it's mean water, 1 liter of water can hold maximum 1.81 gram of CO2. So we saturate water, it's mean we add 1.81 gram of CO2 in this water. Up to here clear? Statement clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
यस
sir.
सर।
And add enough
Sir.
NADH to provide 0.057 gram of H. We are not concerned about anything else. In the NADH, we are concerned about only hydrogen. So it's mean in the water, you guys are added 1.81 gram of CO2 and 0.05 gram of hydrogen in the bioreactor. And when you guys add somewhere this CO2 and hydrogen, they will react as per equation. They will be producing two products into a bioreactor used to initiate the reaction in the cells and to obtain 0.7 gram of CH2O. आपको क्या गिवन है? अमाउंट ऑफ फर्स्ट रिएक्टेंट 1.81 ग्राम, अमाउंट ऑफ सेकंड रिएक्टेंट 0.057 ग्राम and amount of one product which is 0.7 gram is given here. What is extent of reaction for this reaction? He asks us to calculate the extent of reaction. Use the extent of reaction to determine the number of gram of CO2 left in the solution. At the end he said that you have to use same like formula of extent of reaction and find the amount of CO2. Amount mean here grams mein you have to find the gram of CO2 left. So first of all you have to find the extent of reaction, and we just discussed that extent of reaction can be found by using any species, either reactant or product. So what you suggest here with which I should start?
सर एक हाइड्रोजन गिवन है और एक प्रोडक्ट गिवन है ना सर?
we have amount of hydrogen as well as we have amount of other reactant, carbon dioxide as well as hydrogen. Both reactants amount are given in the question and amount of product is given. So what is your suggestion?
CO2 पहले मोल
सर जी सबसे पहले हम मोल्स फाइंड करेंगे इनके.
Yes, we will find the moles, but the best way, yes, moles will be needed because the equation of extent involves the mole. But can you tell me, based on just previous example we just discussed, that which thing is best to consider or to go with?
Sir, carbon dioxide.
Not carbon dioxide.
CH2O प्रोडक्ट जो है पहले.
इसको देखो, इसमें क्या चीज किसके साथ मैंने कैलकुलेट किया है पिछली स्लाइड में.
सर प्रोडक्ट
The reason, what is the reason to go with the product?
पॉजिटिव होता है.
Because
स्टार्ट में 0 मोल होते हैं.
again in the next question you are not clear that either this reaction is complete or incomplete. So always remember from here that when you know the amount of product, it is best to go with the calculation of extent with the product when you know the product. अगर हमें product पता ना होती फिर छोड़ देते इसको, but here product is known. It's like in this question amount of product was known, in the next question amount of product is known, and initially always product is 0. When reaction start, initially it is 0. So you can proceed with this. It is best to go with CH2O. Due to this reason here, oh, it is here. I was looking for this. This should be before that. So again, this slide is also not at this place. So look at this solution. Here I said that I will calculate the extent of reaction with CH2O. Can you see the slide, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Download already I have this here. So you can calculate extent with this. For extent formula, you know that you will need the number of mole, initial number of mole as well as number of mole at the instant. So can I find how much number of mole of this system? Initially they will be 0 because this is product. Okay, initial number of mole will be 0. Then I calculated number of mole I for any component. This component is CH2O. I didn't write it again and again because in the start I wrote here that I will be proceeding with CH2O. So you can see it's 0.7 gram. This is given in the question. So I can just, these are mass is given. I can convert to the mole by dividing it by the molecular weight.
Mass.
Yeah, molecular mass or molecular weight. So you guys got it like it is 0.023 gram mole. What is its stoichiometric coefficient as per equation? Value of stoichiometric coefficient of CH2O. 1 and plus, right? Yes. So it is 1. So you can just find here if extent is calculated. Up to here, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Extent of reaction you have to find, but the second part was you have to find amount of CO2 left in the solution. So how can you find? As I already told, you can rearrange the formula based on this. He said
the final amount of CO2 ढूंढ लेंगे.
Yes, NiO plus extent into Vi. So NiO, we know that initially how much C was entered to the system was 1.81 gram. So you can just convert it to the moles, and you will get initial number of mole of CO2 entering to the system. When you know the number of mole, just come to this equation. It is NiO naught, initial number of mole entering to the system, plus extent of the reaction from where it came 0.023. You just calculated here, guys, this. So that is
extent of reaction.
Yes,
multiply by coefficient of reaction.
Coefficient.
So go back to the equation. Here it is 1 for reactant, and because this is reactant, so we will put negative with this. It is -1 here, and you found that there are 0.0177 moles of CO2. They are still in the system. They are not reacted. So amount or mass, because this is mole and he asked us to calculate in the gram, so I have just multiplied it with the molecular weight. So moles multiplied by molecular weight, they give you the mass amount. Clear? Any confusion in this question?
No, sir.
Right. We just discussed.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
Yes.
Sir. According to this equation, the mole ratio of H to CH2O is 4:1. But when you calculate the moles using the mass and the molecular weight, you don't get that ratio. The amount of H is it's not 4 times the amount of CH2O. So how is it possible that 0.7 grams are produced?
Right. You are, I think, not understanding it. The thing, first of all, 0.7 gram of CH2O are produced in this system. I mean, actually, the next question is also linked with this. Hydrogen is limiting reactant in this system. And
so is this all theoretical? It's not actually going to be produced?
No, I think it will be produced. Exact amount it is. If you do all the conversion and based on the calculation, you can see that this will be 0.7 gram. This is gram.
Sir, when you calculate the moles of H, when you calculate the moles of H, and then you calculate the moles of the product, the ratio is not 4:1.
Okay, right. Then what you want to say that?
So
this
I'm saying you said as well that yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one thing. I think okay. You consider that this is not exact 0.7. This should be any other value.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm sorry, the question
you don't have enough H.
Yeah, right. Okay, maybe you're right. Fine, but as per given equation, because as he said here that how much is something is produced, I'm using that actually.
Okay.
Got it or still not clear?
I get it. I sort of do.
You can discuss with me at the end of class when all other leave, because now it is already 12 and I will take I think 10 to 15 minutes. So at the end, please just discuss it still if it's not clear. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Just here at the end of the class. What is your roll number?
4.
Sorry, 4. Okay, 4.
4.
Just I will call you again at the end of the lecture. Okay, just please stay here. Let me finish this. I'll come back to this point. I will try to clarify. Right. So just a few minutes back, you guys studied that there's something limiting and excess reactant. So I told you that one thing, you can look at the number of mole, their ratio, and just compare it with the stoichiometric equation. And the other way was just you guys can use, as I said, you can calculate the maximum extent of reaction and you can find the value that either which one is limiting. So we just discussed that one with the smallest maximum extent will be the limiting reactant. So let's look at this reaction which is given here, C7H16. It reacts with the oxygen 11 moles and produce CO+. This is the given equation, balanced equation. And in the question, you are what are you given is like that you have to find the maximum extent for both reactants, because we have to decide which one is limiting. And in the question, you are given that 1 gram mole of C7H16 reacts with the 12 gram mole of O2. So before going for that calculation, I think from your previous knowledge, you guys can tell me that which one is limiting. Can you tell me, please?
Heptane.
Heptane is limiting. Yes, you are right. But this is based on your previous knowledge. You just compared as per stoichiometric ratio or stoichiometric quotient. But later, let's just try to solve it and recalculate the maximum extent of the reactants. So what does maximum extent mean? When you guys have to calculate the maximum extent, you have just seen the formula of extent of reaction, that there were number of mole minus initial number of mole divided by stoichiometric coefficient. So whenever, remember, you are calculating the maximum extent, its mean maximum is achieved when all of that reactant is consumed, all amount of that reactant is consumed. What does this mean? That when that reactant is completely consumed, what will be its value at the moment? Mean Ni. Can anyone tell me? When complete reactant is consumed, what will be the value of Ni?
0.
0.
Yes, you are right. Good. So in that case, always when I say maximum extent of any reactant, and one thing remember here, maximum extent is used for the reactants when we are deciding which one is in excess and which one is limiting. So when you are looking at this maximum extent, you have to consider that my reactant is completely consumed. So let's find the maximum extent of oxygen. So in order to find its maximum extent, you will be using the same formula. So Ni, as I said, that while you consider maximum extent, you have to consider that your reactant is completely consumed, and when it is completely consumed, its value becomes 0 minus Ni naught. How many initial moles of this?
12.
They were 12. They are given in the question. So then next, divided by stoichiometric coefficient.
Coefficient minus 11.
That is minus 11 because it is reactant, so its value of maximum extent of oxygen is 1.09. Let's also calculate the value of, again here it is C7H16. It is C7 in other reactant which is reacting here. That is C7H16. Please do this correction also. So this is initially, what should be at the end of the reaction? We say that it should be completely consumed. Mean that will be 0 minus initially how many were given in the question? They were 1 gram mole of C7H16 divided by its coefficient, that is minus 1, so its value is 1. So now can you tell me which one is limiting based on this information?
C7H16.
Heptane, because here the convention is the one with the smallest value of maximum extent is limiting, and the smallest value out of these two, because there were two reactants, and out of these two reactants, one which is heptane has the smallest value, that is 1 as compared to other, it is small, so it is the limiting reactant, and which you already know by looking at simple information, because it is very straightforward, simply you can tell. But it's clear up to here. Can you guys now calculate the maximum extent?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Let's look at the same example and try to find few things here. And this is, I think, more or less. And I think after this we have quickly one slide. So let's look at this. The same question you just studied. The CO2 reacts with the hydrogen, and they are producing CHO plus water. And in this reaction, the same things are given, that 1.81 gram of CO2 and 0.057 gram of hydrogen are entering to the system, and they are reacting, and finally something amount of CH2O produced is 0.07 gram.
मुझे आवाज नहीं आ रही आपकी.
42, what are you doing? So what is the maximum number of gram of CH2O that are produced, that can be produced? Okay, the one girl who was asking the question, yes, you are right, because here he said what is maximum number of gram of CH2O that can be produced. That's not this thing which is given. He is asking about maximum, so we have to find that as well. You have to find what is the limiting reactant and what is the excess reactant. So when you look at its solution, first of all, this is the equation which you have. So maximum CH2O, if you have to decide, that it will depend on which component. CH2O is one product. I am asking you guys, can you tell me that its maximum amount which can be produced, it will depend on which component?
So hydrogen.
Anything which is limiting, actually it will depend on that, because for complete reaction, limiting is completely consumed, so its maximum value that can be, it depends on the limiting reactant. So due to this, we have to decide the limiting reactant, as well as he said in the question what is limiting reactant and what is excess. So in order to solve that, first of all we have to find the limiting reactant. So how you can find the limiting reactant? It's better to use here the formula of maximum extent of the reaction. So maximum extent of the reaction is like find by using, you consider that totally any of reactant is totally consumed. So I have found here for both of these maximum extent. For maximum extent of CO2, that is mean you need the number of mole at the end of the reactor that is considered here that it is completely consumed, that is 0 minus its initial moles. So you can find from here there were 1.81 gram. Actually I found in I think last problem when I solved, so I have directly used here this value of number of mole of CO2. You can just calculate it again if you are concerned. It is 1.81 divided by how much? I think 44. So that is 0.041. These moles are given which are initially divided by coefficient in the equation, that is -1. So its value is 0.041. As well you will calculate for the hydrogen. I mean this is not, sorry, I have put here H2 again, the mistake. It is H only because here you can see it is in the form of H. So that is when it is completely consumed, it will be 0. For the maximum you have to consider that finally it is 0 minus 0.057, because for this it is given is 0.05 gram. You will divide it by its molecular weight, that is simple value 1, so it is 0.057. So divided by mean its coefficient. What is value of its coefficient?
-4.
Because it is reactant, it is -4, so its value is calculated here and it is 0.014. So which one is the smaller here?
Hydrogen.
Maximum is smaller, and you guys studied that the one with the maximum extent smaller is considered as a limiting. So here hydrogen is limiting reactant and carbon dioxide is excess reactant. Up to here it's clear?
Yes, sir.
So now
Yes,
you have
sir.
to find that how much amount or maximum amount of CH2O that can be produced from the reaction. So that depends, I already told you that that will depend on the limiting reactant. You guys know that we consider that limiting reactant is completely consumed. So here amount of limiting reactant, that they are 0.057 gram, or that is 0.057 mole of hydrogen. So I just will multiply this with the stoichiometric ratio. Yesterday we studied this, that when you say that 4 moles of hydrogen are consumed, here mole of hydrogen will cancel with a mole of hydrogen and it will produce 1 mole of CH2O. And when there is 1 mole of CH2O is produced, so we can convert it when just mole to the mass by multiplying it with the molecular weight, or 1 mole of CH2O is equal to the 30 gram of CH2O. That is actually gram per gram mole is the molecular weight. So from this I can find that there will be 0.404275 gram of CHO is maximum value which can be produced from this reaction. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Any question?
No, sir.
Roll number 4, you are right here. The value he gave, excuse me 1 minute, the value he gave is more or higher than this value. You are right, but that's given in the question, so we are just going to find as per that extent we were calculating in that question. So if you are looking for accurate value, that's this value. So you are right. Yes, I think you already did this step earlier before we came here to this step. G, anyone was asking something?
Yes, sir.
Sorry?
सर ये 4 moles of hydrogen किस तरह आए?
ऊपर एक लाइन लिखी नजर आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
रिएक्शन लिखा हुआ है ना, तो आपको रिएक्शन के मुताबिक करना होता है. आप लोग एफएससी में ये लिखते थे कि जी इसके इतने मोल हैं तो इसके इतने मोल, और दैट वाज कॉल्ड यूनिटी मेथड. सो दिस इज सेम यूनिटी मेथड. आई एम यूजिंग दैट मेथड because I have 0.057 mole of hydrogen that is given in the question. So I'm looking for the moles of CH2O. So how can I find? I can just multiply it with the factor as per stoichiometric ratio as per reaction. when there are 4 moles of hydrogen you produce 1 mole of CH2O. तो ये वहां से आए हैं equation से. Clear to you?
Sir.
Okay. Any other question?
No, sir. No, sir.
Right. This is the last definition related to this system, which is called selectivity. So what does this word mean, selectivity? To be selective mean when you are looking for something specific, selective. So here, whenever you will look at various reactions, sometime more than one products are produced in the reaction. If you look at these reactions which are given here, mean this methanol reacts are, that is mean this this integrated into 2 products. One is C2H4 plus water and other is C3H6 plus water. So these are both products, means C2H4 as well as C3H6. They are produced as a result of main decomposition of this methanol. So when you are looking at these, there are 2 products they are produced, but one will be one which we are looking for and other is, you can say that the side product or undesired product. So whenever you calculate the ratio between the moles of particular product which is your desired product to the moles of any other product which is undesired, that is called selectivity of that reaction. For example, I tell you that 100 mole of C2H4 are produced, but at the same time main few moles of this, for example 50 moles of C3H6 are also produced. So you have to find the selectivity of this reaction. So when you will find the selectivity of this reaction, it will be like ratio of your product which you are looking for, that is 100 to the other which is like undesired 50. So you can just use this ratio to find the selectivity, and that's it. Any question?
No, sir.
सर ये सिलेक्टिविटी दोबारा बताइएगा.
सर ये सिलेक्टिविटी बेसिकली दो, आपके पास में जब भी एक से ज़्यादा प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस होती हैं तो कोई भी क्वेश्चन होगा तो आपको वो कहेगा कि ये प्रोडक्ट डिजायर्ड प्रोडक्ट है और अदर प्रोडक्ट इज अनडिजायर्ड प्रोडक्ट. तो जस्ट फाइंड द सिलेक्टिविटी ऑफ दिस रिएक्शन. तो आपने जस्ट रेशियो ऑफ द मोल्स कैलकुलेट करनी है. सो इट्स सिलेक्टिविटी इज 2:1. फॉर एग्जांपल बेस्ड ऑन माय इंफॉर्मेशन व्हिच आई गिव हियर, कि आपके पास 100 मोल C2H4 के प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं और 50 मोल C3H6 के, तो इसकी सिलेक्टिविटी क्या है 2 moles of C2H4 versus 1 mole
yes
of
sir 2:1.
जी 2:1. Anything else? Any other question?
No, sir.
Right. Wait a minute, I will download the attendance, then you guys can leave. And thank you so much for being here. I will upload this. I used to upload the same day. This recording, all those who can't attend or who miss some parts of the lecture, they can access it in the evening. Most of the time I try to upload just after the lecture. The second thing, I will upload next lecture by Sunday inshallah. Just go through that lecture and later on when you come here, so just so that we can quickly go through that. So let me download. Okay, done.